Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we'll be opening up the Dawn of Majesty booster box. I am really excited to get this open. I know it's a few days after release. I'm sure you've probably seen many, but keeping with the tradition of opening a box of each new set, I had to grab one. I just want to point out quick, the art on this box looks so cool. I love Majestic Shooting Star Dragon. I think this is actually a much nicer box design than the last couple, which really didn't do it for me. But unfortunately, we're going to have to crack it open, and hopefully we can get some cool pulls. If you guys do enjoy the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. What I'm targeting, if anyone's curious, would be Ready Fusion as a secret rare. Obviously, the Despia stuff would be nice. I've already seen in the first few days of it actually being out that it started to go up in price. But realistically, I'm looking for Ready Fusion as well as Iris Sword Soul. Those are the two that I'm personally most interested in. On the ultra rare front, I did pick up most of the B Trooper stuff for a video, so I'm hoping that I can put a deck profile together for that eventually. I did not grab Sting Lancers because I completely forgot, so I would actually like to pull that guy here. I think it's only a couple bucks, but definitely not a bad one. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this video. Maybe we'll finally break the curse of not pulling a Starlight on a video, you know, unless you count the Utopia, but I'm talking like a core set Starlight. So let's get into it anyway and see how we do. Obviously, I know this set people have had mixed opinions on. I actually think it's a really cool set with a lot of long-term viability versus short-term, but you know, people are going to complain about everything as far as the sets go. Converging Wills Dragon, Monster Assortment, that's a really cool card in general, art-wise. Dragon Lark Perrin, that's not one of the exclusives, that's just a new card. Not really sure. Flying Red Carp, talked about that guy, he's pretty cool. First foil is Magic Key Beast Ancylobolus. I don't know. I actually think the Magic Key stuff seems really neat. I'm kind of excited to maybe mess around with that at some point. Cosmic Slicer Zerol. Oh, this is an Alien Link. Monsters your opponent controls with A counters are changed to defense position. Also, neither player can activate their effects. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can add one card from your deck to your hand that has an effect that places A counters. You can remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 reptile. That's a really cool card, actually. I don't remember seeing that. I must have missed it somehow. Shinobi Insect, Hagurikimo, probably a really solid one of, at least in insects. Triamid Loading, there's a throwback. And Margin Trading, another one of those random cards. Kind of neat, though. Huh. Okay. Whatever. Let's keep going. I got a little distracted reading the effect of that. Most of the Ultras are really cheap, but I do think they have better long-term viability, like I said, so we'll see what happens. Slower Swallow is a good card. Different Dimension Derby. This is one of the new ones. If you control a face-up monster that was Ritual Summon using a normal monster, or was Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link Summon using a normal monster, you can target 1 card on the field. Banish it. Definitely a cool card. Tailwind of Gusto. Chronomaly Esperanza Glyph. Super Rare B-Trooper Formation. Good card. Definitely like that for B-Troopers, at least so far. Margin Trading. Masters Diploman. Chronomaly Temple, and another Shinobi. These are actually really cool. Like, a lot of the cards that come out in this set, while they're not value, are really cool just from a perspective of, like, things you'd want to have or things that might boost other decks if you're a fan of, you know, more lower tier decks like Chronomaly. All right, Gaia Armor Dragon Shell, Chronomaly Esperanza Glyph, Chronomaly Akambaro Figures, Dimer Synthesis, Dino Wrestler, Iguano Draca. This is an import. Pretty cool, though. Discard another dinosaur special from your hand. You contribute a dinosaur, then revive a different Dino Wrestler from grave. Kind of neat. Definitely cool that it's like an extender, generally speaking. So we got the Sue Ships. Sue Ship, Ikura, and Goki finishing move. Sue Ships actually get some better support in Burst of Destiny that might make them somewhat, I don't want to say viable, but like cute as an engine, I guess. Alright, Gaia Armor Dragon Shell, Dragon Lark Perrin, Alien Stealth Buster, Monster Assortment. First Ultra, Stardust Illumination. Send 1 Stardust monster from next to the graveyard, then if you control Stardust or a Synchro monster, you can special summon that card instead, and it does allow you to modify the levels of a Stardust, so it's pretty cool. Goki finishing move, another Sue Ship, Clavicus, the Magic Key Sky Blaster, and of course, our new Tuner Fusion. Actually like this card. Probably would play that in something playing Ready Fusion, depending on the builds. You obviously have Sea Monster Theseus as well as an option, but we'll put a sleeve on the Stardust Illumination. Definitely not the worst start to this. At least it's viable as a card, and it's got Stardust going for it, so it could have people's interest in the future. Slower Swallow, Pazazul, Despian Tragedy, Gunkin Sue Ship, another Magic Key Dragon. I admire, like, the artwork on these are so cool. Okay, Baby Mud Dragon, Masters Diploman, Sambel the Star Bonder, and Magic Key Duo. What do you guys think about, like, Magic Key? Is that, I don't know how it's done over in the OCG, to be honest. It seems cool, like, conceptually speaking, but I don't know how it would actually perform. Okay, we've got Glacier Aquamador, Jar of Generosity, 2 Toads with 1 Sting, Slower Swallow, Trickstar Festival, decent card for Trickstars, Majestic Absorption, another Sue Ship, Carp, and Raten the Heavenly General. Decent. Decent. Probably whatever, one of those links that won't see much play until some random deck comes out that has the typing it needs. Konoha Sakuya, Dispatch Perazi, Gunkin's Shipyard, Arrow Picks 3. Secret Rare is a Stardust Synchron. Actually, not too upset about that. It's definitely better than Gizmek Scroll, so as far as I'm concerned, any secret that isn't Gizmek Scroll is good for me. I actually really like this card a lot. I think it has some usability outside of just Stardust decks, and want to pick up a playset of it eventually. So no upset here. Stardust, Triman, and Beast King. I don't really expect to make a value back off this box necessarily, unless I pull a Starlight, which doesn't seem common. Obviously, 1 per 2 cases or something, and I haven't had that happen yet, so we'll see. Tailwind of Gusto, Spriggan's Interluder, Gunkin's Shoe Ship, Despia Theater, Gizmek Arakami, the Hailbringer Hog. The Gizmek cards are pretty cool. And it seems like even their most expensive card, which is probably going to be that Secret Rare, is only going to be like $2 to $3, so I have to look back and see if any of the Gizmeks from older sets are pricey or if there's things I need, but we'll talk about that in a future video. Despian Tragedy, Magic Key Unlocking, Glacier Aquamador, 2 Toads with 1 Sting, Majestic Mirage. I think this was a card you say might have actually used in the movie. One of the, I think it was the one YuGiOh and Jaden all dueled in, because I'm fairly certain they all had one of those Mirage cards that revived their monster. Not sure. Okay. Next one. Glacial Aquamador, Different Dimension Derby, Jar of Generosity, Dispatch Perazi, and our second Ultra is a Gizmek Naganaki, the Sunrise Signaler. So it's definitely a good card. Like, it contributes itself and then special summon a different Gizmek from the deck, which is neat. And then it does have a Graveyard Banishing effect as well. So it's not a bad card. I do think the Gizmeks are pretty cool. Another Gusto, another Amaze Attraction, and Stardust Trail. I think we're going to probably start to see some redundant commons, so I'm going to go through them a little quicker. But just want to show off some of the cards in case people haven't seen too many videos yet. I think that's going to do it for Ultras on this side. I'm fairly certain it's going to be 4, but let's see. Gizmek Sunship, Alien Steel Trooper, Flying Red Carp, Knight's End Administrator is the super. This is a cool card. I wish they'd make some more support like that for those types of cards. I don't want to pull Synchro Overtake necessarily. I'm seeing boxes where it ends up being that. I'm not necessarily against it, but I'm really hoping for Ready Fusion or Irish Sword Soul. And we got Bados Buster as the final super on this side. As far as Ultras on the other side of the box, definitely would not mind grabbing either of the Despia Ultras. I think those have already started to go up. So, Chronomaly Akambaro Fighters, Arrow Picks 3, Despia Proskenion. Pretty cool. That's a super, so it's not going to have much value. But Sea Ship, Elvane, and Carpionica. I do think this set will be really interesting to watch in the long term where values go. I think a lot of the cards that are really cheap right now are still pretty good, so there is a possibility of value rising. Link Apple. Okay, this is cute. You can reveal this card from in your hand, banish one, face up one random face down card from your extra deck, then special summon this card if the banished card was a Link monster. Otherwise, discard this card and draw 1 card. That's a cool card. I like that a lot. There's definitely... I know we talked about it before back in an older video, but sometimes all these cards blend together when there's so much to remember. I actually think this card's really good. I know it's an import, and it's cool. I'm probably only going to pull the one in this box, but I'll pick up a playset, hopefully for, you know, $1 or whatever. Alrighty, let's see. Slower Swallow, DDD, Tailwind, Chronomaly, Gizmek, Inaba, the Hopping Hare of Hakuto, rather. Do want to talk about Gizmeks in a future video. Like I said, I have a video planned, but we're going to try to get into a regular upload schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday's most likely being an opening. Wednesday being either like a main series video or something like a misprints or something like that. Ultra Chronomaly Vimana. Actually like this card a lot. I think it's a really good rank 5. I bought a few on pre-order because they were like less than $1. I think it's like $2 now. This is a good card though. Like, I definitely would recommend having one at least if you ever plan on playing anything with level 5s. Alright, let's keep it going. Okay, we've got Digusto Laplampilica, whatever. Cool card. I do like the Gusto stuff. I don't think it's going to be viable. I don't think they got enough support to really push it over the top, but you never know. Okie dokie. Let's see. 2 Toads, 1 Sting. Trickstar, Festival again. Duplicate super there. Sambell, Cosmic Slicer. I do like the alien support a ton. I think that stuff's super cool. Obviously, if we get like a Starlight Stardust, that'd be cool. We'll see what happens. Okay, B-Trooper Armor Horn is the super in this one. This is the one that gives you an additional normal. I actually like that a ton for insects in general. Let's see. Next pack. I watched Ruxin's stream over the weekend. He's 7 hours, I think, opening a full case, trying to pull Starlight Stardust, and pulled everything but. Albion the Shrouded Dragon is pretty good. I believe he pulled 5 Starlights total, and there were duplicates of 1 and no Stardust, which is a... that feels bad. But maybe that means there'll be an extra Stardust in some other box. Who knows? Can we get that Ready Fusion? Anything other than Gizmek Scrolls, but I really would like Ready Fusion. Timer Synthesis, Pazul, Despian Tragedy, Giant B-Trooper, Invincible Atlas. This card's beautiful. Link Summoned has 3,000 or less attack. It can't be targeted with card effects or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can special summon a monster, except insect monsters, tribute 1 monster, activate 1 of these effects. So it's really, really cool, and you can basically turn off his protection to give him a 2,000 boost, which is neat, and obviously you could push for game with it, but he's cool. Reminds me of Infinitrack Goliath. All right, we got 3 packs left. If we're going to get a Starlight, I'd imagine it's going to pop up very soon, but I don't have my hopes up. Tailwind, Gusto, Spring, Essentially, Despia, Tindangle, Geralith. I didn't know they put another Tindangle in here. Take 1 flip monster from your deck except Tindangle, Geralith, and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. If this card is in your hand, you can discard 1 other card. Send 1 Tindangle card from your deck to the graveyard, then special summon this card. Well, at least it's good. It's definitely a good card. But, you know, we're talking about within a deck that isn't. Okay, 2 packs left. The other super rare, secret rare should be this one or the next one, obviously, assuming we didn't get a ship box. Flying Red Carp, Despia Theater, DDD, Converging Wishes, Chronomaly, Magella Globe. Tribute this card, special summon 1 Chronomaly monster from your deck, except itself. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish 1 Chronomaly card from your graveyard, add this card to your hand. Definitely a better piece of Chronomaly support. Okay, last pack. This should have our secret rare. Based on what I've seen with boxes, I think it's going to end up being Synchro Overtake, but we'll see. Hopefully we got a shot at something. So we got Glacier, Aquamador, Jar of Generosity, 2 Toads with 1 Sting, Slower Swallow, and Ready Fusion. All right, that's awesome. Okay, I was actually waiting to buy these in case I ended up pulling it, and so I was like, what I'll do is I'll open the box, and then if I don't pull the other ones, I'll order them. This is a beautiful card. It's really cheap, and I find that shocking. Not to like, I'm not trying to like falsely hype the market or anything, but this card should, I feel like, be more than the $25, $30 it is, especially because of how good it really is. And, you know, people have talked about it. We don't have Max C over here, so there's not as much of a threat of it being Max C'd and basically putting you in a bad spot. So overall, honestly, pretty happy with the box. I didn't expect to make a profit. It wasn't why I bought it. I just wanted to do the opening, and I'm happy with what I got. So 2 Ultras, I got to sleeve those up in separate sleeves at some point. Link Apple, we got 1 of. The Gizmek is fine. See, the Secret Rares, I think we both hit pretty well on in terms of long-term value. Obviously, you have the Aluber, but truth be told, I would have probably tried to move that anyway, so I'm actually not upset that we didn't pull it. I'm happy with it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We finally got what I feel like anyway is a step in the right direction in terms of boxes on this channel. Let me know what you guys thought. Hit the like button if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.